Welcome to Recollection Mall. If you were a mall rat like me, or spent your formative years hanging out or being dragged to the mall by your parents or your parental units, then you've come to the right place. Have you ever gone into your childhood, teenage, or current mall and wondered, wasn't there a store or restaurant there? So let's take a trip down memory lane and take a look at that mall's history of yesteryear. Be sure you stick around to the end of this video and see if you can take my mall survey. So leave a comment or a memory of this mall below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. The first fully enclosed climate-controlled shopping mall opened in the Washington metropolitan area in July of 1968. Located on 103 acres on Tyson Boulevard and Dolly Madison Boulevard, it is about 13 miles west of the U.S. Capitol. The site, in a section of unincorporated Fairfax County, was known as McLean and was adjacent to the Capitol Beltway Interstate 495 Ring Road, which was completed in August of 1964. The shopping center, aptly named Tysons Corner Center, was named in honor of Henry Tyson, who had operated a feed and seed store at the location some years before. Opening on July 25, 1968, the first 35 stores of the eventual 100 opened. The mall originally encompassed 1.2 million square feet, consisting of 2 levels. The upper ground floor was devoted entirely to retail, a lower floor housed a freight delivery tunnel, and a basement sales area of larger inline stores. The Village Shops, an exterior entrance strip center along the northeast side of the complex, was accessed from a lower level parking lot. There were 5 courts in the original mall: the Fashion Court, the Fountain Court, Clock Court, Umbrella Court, and the Aviary Court. The mall initially opened with 2 anchors, the first one being a 3-level, 165,000 square foot hex, with the second being a 3-level, 153,000 square foot Woodward and Lothrop, or Woody's. The mall included a 35,000 square foot F.W. Woolworth's 5 and Dime, an 18,000 square foot People's Drugs, a 28,000 square foot giant food supermarket, and a 185-seat town hall auditorium. On October 19, 1969, a 160,000 square foot Landsberg's department store opened. Its opening had been delayed a year due to a lawsuit involving an exchange of its lease for favorable zoning. City Stores, the Landsberg parent company, had sued Lerner Enterprises, the mall's developer, in February of 1966. Lerner had tried to block Landsberg from opening at the complex, but was thwarted when Landsberg won the court case. The finished mall contained 100 specialty stores, including a Jellif's and a 2-level, 25,000 square foot Garfinkel's boutique store, which had opened earlier in July of 1969. The mall's first movie house, the neighborhood theaters Tyson 1 and 2 Twin, were situated in the basement in the lower sub-level. Its box office and interest came off the Fashion Court on what was the main level of the mall. This twin cinema showed its first features on October 16, 1968. It was reconfigured as a 4-screen venue in 1980 and closed in December of 1990. A second cinema, the Roth Theater's Tyson Corner 5, was also situated on the mall's lower level in the Village Shops strip. This multiplex showed first features on July 11, 1975. It was eventually expanded into an 8-screen venue and was in operation until 1995. The mall would eventually have competition, with the Springfield Mall in 1972, the Fair Oaks Mall in 1980, and the Dulles Town Center in 1999. In addition, the upscale Tysons Galleria, located directly north of the Tysons Corner Center, was dedicated in October of 1988. The 2 sibling centers soon became known locally as Tysons 1, which was the Tysons Corner Center, and Tysons 2, the Galleria. In May of 1973, Landsberg's closed. City Stores was sued over the potential transfer of the vacant structure to the New York City-based Corvettes discount chain. Eventually, City Stores abandoned the Corvettes plan and reopened the store under their Philadelphia-based Lit Brothers division. The Lit store opened in late 1973 and would be in operation until 1975, when it closed. On September 9th, 1976, good year, Bloomingdale's moved in. If you went to the mall in the 1970s, 80s, or 90s, you may have remembered the fountains, the bird cages, the chandelier and hex, and the coat checks that took your coat down into the basement. There was Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor, Lum's, David's Bridal, Magic Pan Creepery, CPI Photo Finish, Hot Shops, Georgetown Leather, Bar Mart, The Artist Proof, Disney Store, the Hello Kitty Store, Orange Julius, Fannie Farmer Candy, Roy Rogers, and even a Rainforest Cafe. In 1985, the complex was acquired by a joint venture of Lendorf, Tysons Properties, and the Alaska Permanent Fund. Construction work on the mall's first expansion got underway in 1986. By 1988, the center boasted nearly 650,000 square feet of new retail space, filled by 100 additional stores. The lower level was reconfigured as a second retail concourse. A three-level, 200,000 square foot Nordstrom's was built, which opened on March 4, 1988. It was the first Nordstrom outside of the West Coast. A 120,000 square foot Lord & Taylor, consisting of two retail levels with a parking deck beneath, was dedicated in early 1990. On November 10, 1995, Woodward & Lothrop, or Woody's, closed. On July 20th, 1996, JCPenney opened in the former Woody's space. During this renovation, the existing mall was fitted with new skylights, marble floors, and interior landscaping. 4 parking terraces were built as well. Hex had been expanded with a 2-level addition to 237,000 square feet. Bloomingdale's was built out into the lower level of the south wing for a total floor area of 255,000 square feet. The Tysons complex now housed 200 stores and services. On April 19, 2003, JCPenney closed. In the early 2000s, the first LL Bean outside of Maine and the first Apple store in the world opened at this mall. The mall changed ownership in February of 2004. The share owned by the Lendorf entity was acquired by Wilmorite Properties, which became a subsidiary of Macerich Company in April of 2005, with the mall becoming a Macerich property. At this time, another mall renovation was underway. The former Penny store was gutted and rebuilt as a 3-level section of the East Wing stores. The concourse was extended further with an addition which included a 2-level Barnes & Noble, a 10-bay food court, 5th parking terrace, and American multi-cinema Tysons Corner 16. The new movie Megaplex showed first features on September 30th, 2005. The newly expanded East Wing was dedicated on October 1st. It would bring the shopping center today to a total of 2.2 million square feet, almost twice the original size, making it the largest in the Washington, D.C. area. On September 9, 2006, Hex closed. It would reopen as a rebranded Macy's. By the 2010s, Macerich was planning another reinvention of the shopping center. The 4-phase Tysons future project would add retail, residential, office, and hotel components to the site. The first Microsoft store in the Northeast and the first Spanx store in the world opened during this time. Construction on the first phase was underway by the spring of 2013. In anticipation of this, the giant food convenience center, adjacent to the north parking lot, had been demolished. An outdoor plaza flanked by new apartment, office, and hotel high-rise structures were being built. It would be connected via a skybridge to the prospective Tysons Corner Station, a component of the DC Metro's 23 route Silver Line extension to Washington Dulles International Airport. Federal funding for the extension was approved in December of 2008, with construction getting underway in March of 2009. Revenue service on the 11.5 route mile Phase 1 line from East Falls Church to Wheelie Reston East commenced on July 26, 2014. The 1.5 acre plaza at Tysons Corner Center was dedicated on July 24, 2014. It included a children's play area, concert stage, and urban green, which doubled as an ice skating rink during the winter months. By 2018, Tysons Corner Center transformed into an urban pedestrian-oriented live workshop destination with up to 3.7 million square feet of office, residential, retail, and hotel uses. Further, Tyson's future plans call for retail, office, and residential developments in the existing parking areas north and south of Macy's and south of Nordstrom and east of Bloomingdale's. On January 19, 2020, the Lord & Taylor anchor store closed. The vacant store structure would be demolished to provide space for the expansion of the plaza at Tysons Center. As this was playing out, new stores were signed and existing ones relocated. Primark opened a mall store on July 16, 2024, taking the place of the LL Bean that had closed. It encompassed 2 levels and 35,000 square feet. Other new tenants included Kate Spade of New York, the Cheesecake Factory, and Mango. Barnes & Noble relocated into a 16,000 square foot first level store. 3 parking garages were also refurbished. Today, the 2-level, 2.4 million square foot mall is the largest mall in the Baltimore, Washington area, and the 8th largest in the United States, and has over 300 stores and services, and is anchored by a Macy's, Nordstrom, and Bloomingdale's. Congratulations!
Still here? It's over. Whoa. When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
This is only a test.
So if you've gotten this far into the video, thanks. So how many anchor stores closed or changed names at this mall? So if your answer was 6, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what are some of your memories of this mall? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Add your name to the mall directory. Thanks.